Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for tuning into my channel. These projects that I'm doing today, I hope you love them as much as I do. Now here I have some pumpkins that I purchased at the Dollar Tree, and I have some scrapbook paper. I also purchased that, no, I got that from Walmart. It came in one of those like book type form with the different papers in it. And what I'm going to do here is take the pumpkins, and I'll be taking that raffia bow and the tags off of them, but I'll be putting those aside because I'm going to reuse those to put them back on the pumpkins. And that big orange pumpkin, I'll just be sanding the glitter off of it, and I'm going to paint all 4 pumpkins. Yeah, I'm going to paint them, all 4 of them, and I'm going to use the scrapbook paper on them too. So what I'm doing here is I'm tracing the scrapbook paper on top of the lifted part, the elevated part of the pumpkin, and I'm using my fingertips to get the lines, so I'll be able to cut even straight lines. And all I'm doing is just rubbing my finger around the elevated part real hard. And if you can see it, you can see the line is like I'm tracing it with my finger. Now, all I'm doing here is just putting the paper that I cut to make sure that I cut it even and it looks nice. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some apple barrel nutmeg brown paint, and I'll be painting, and I'm also going to use the apple barrel classic caramel, and of course I'm going to use the glue stick to glue the paper to the pumpkin. But what I'm painting is the back part of the pumpkin, because you know the lifted part is where I'll be putting the scrapbook paper. So now I've painted it, and it's all dry and clean. And here I'm just taking a glue stick and putting some glue on the elevator part so I can put the paper on. Excuse me. And what I like about those glue stick is they're very forgiving. So if you glue something down with them and you see that it's just not right, you can lift it up and re-glue it. It goes right back, sticks, no problem. So now here I've put the paper on all 4 pumpkins. Aren't they beautiful? I really like that. And what I'm going to do now is I want to put them together like I guess a pumpkin collage, or so to say. So I'm just going to glue the raffia bows back on the pumpkin. But the little small pumpkin didn't have a bow, so I had some ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and it had the little tiny pumpkins on the ribbon, so I just made a little simple bow and glued it to that. And I put the raffia bows back where they originally came from. And here I'm just trying to figure out how to align them the way that I think they would look cute. So I had to stand them up because at that point I decided that I wanted them to stand. So I figured out that I needed them to be evenly on the surface if I'm going to have them standing. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm just going to take a little pencil and mark the spot so I can glue it back to where I have it standing. Yeah, because if I didn't put some markings with a pencil or marker, yeah, they would be all jacked up. So I'm just using a hot glue to glue them all together. And there they are. I think they came out beautiful. I hope you like them. Okay, DIY number 2. I found these 2 little pumpkins at, I want to say, Family Dollar. And I knew that I didn't want to leave that bright orange on them. So what I'm going to do is, take the tag off. And that orange stuff, I don't know what it's called. I don't know the name of it. But anyway, I'm going to just peel it right off. And if you pull, it'll come right off. And underneath that, it's like, well, it's not a wire frame, but it's like a thick plastic frame. And there's clamps on each side where, you can clamp them back together. And I'm going to take some jute cord, and all I'm doing is starting at the very bottom, and I'm going to put a line of glue and put the cord over the glue, but I don't want the cord to be too far down, whereas when you put them to stand that they are not even or they wobble. So you want to get them right at the edge of the bottom, and you just glue the cord around the whole entire thing. But make sure, if you do this project, make sure that you glue the cord where it's close together, so you don't have any gaps, because you can see, if you have gaps, you can see all the way through the pumpkin. Yeah, and you don't want that. Or maybe you do, I don't know. And here I'm trying to show you where I'm exactly on that bottom line of the pumpkin. And here I've wrapped them completely, and the bottom is flat, so it'll stand. And you just keep gluing around. And when I got to the top, all I did was just wrap the cord around the stem part, being sure to wrap it tight or close together. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame a little bit, but I was trying to get it close so you can see what I was doing when I got to the top. And because I started putting the twine right on top, like I would go around and then go on top of it around again, because the way the pumpkin is made, it's like oval, it starts to go in, so the pattern of your cord will change as you get to the top, so you have to start gluing it directly on the top, like layer it straight up. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry. So now I have, those are the mini pomegranates from Dollar Tree. And that piece of cord, twine, whatever it is, I don't really know where I got it from, but it's like, the thing that you would tie your bread with, the twist ties, something like that. So I just decided to wind it around one of my paint sticks to make the coils for the pumpkins. I think it was just something that I had lying around and I just picked it up. And also those are some leaves that I had left over from another project that I'm going to use to put on top of the little pumpkins. And I will be using hot glue to get the leaves and the pomegranates to stay on top of the pumpkin. And there they are. Aren't they adorable? I hope you guys like them as much as I do. I really, truly love those little pumpkins. And don't forget, if you like my video, if you love my projects, please hit the like button, the notification bell, and share with your family and friends. DIY number 3. Now I found these stickers at Dollar Tree. They are the fall gnomes, and I really, really like them. I haven't yet tried to do a gnome, but it's right up there on my list, at the top of my list. Maybe for Christmas I'll get a chance to do one, but I really like those gnomes. So what I have here is the tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree and the super glue, wood glue, also from Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blocks and I'll be gluing 5 together in one set, and I'll be doing 6 sets. So you're gonna need 30 tumbling tower blocks. Yeah, 30 blocks to make 3 sets of 10. which will be 6 sets of 5. Yeah. And that little T-square ruler also came from the Dollar Tree, and it really helps when you're gluing your tumbling tower blocks together to help, keep them straight in line. It really works well for that. So if you'll be working with tumbling tower blocks, yeah, pick you up one of those square L-shaped rulers. I'm sorry. So there it is, 6 sets of 5, and I'll be gluing them together into 2, which will make 3 sets. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And I'm also using some hot glue for a quicker hold until the wood glue sets. Okay, now I'm going to paint them, and I'm trying to decide what color I want to paint them. So I decided to go with the apple barrel white, and then after I painted them in white, and I like the white, but then I decided to distress the blocks. And when I started distressing the blocks, I liked how that looked. So yeah, I used the Waverly antique wax, and when I started distressing, I liked how it looked. So I just did the whole thing with the wax. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. And there I go, just forget the white and do the whole thing in the antique wax. And I didn't rub any of it off because I wanted that darker color. So what I'm doing right here is just taking the stickers and I'll be sticking the gnomes on top of the blocks, and that's Mod Podge in that squeeze bottle, and I get that from Walmart. I just put it in a squeeze bottle because for me it's easier, and I can squeeze out as much as I need, because when I tried it the other way, I would pour out too much Mod Podge. So that's why it's in a squeeze bottle. And with those gnomes in that packet, there also were words like thankful and grateful, and so I put one gnome on each. Well, there it is. Aren't they adorable? Oh, they are so cute. And that one says, grateful and very thankful. Look at the cute little gnomes. Aww. And he's drinking coffee. And he's holding a pumpkin that says fall with thankful over his head. I hope you like these as much as I do. And if you do, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. DIY number 4. I got these pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I'll be using apple barrel black and apple barrel white paint. And I'm just cutting a tag off each one of them. And I will be covering these pumpkins with different material. Some of it I got from Walmart, and some of them are the fat quarters from Dollar Tree. And right here I'm just pulling the stems out of each pumpkin, and I'll be cutting a hole in the top before I paint them. And look, y'all, I tried to get the top out, the part that I cut, and it fell in, and I'm shaking the pumpkin, trying to get it out, and I said, well, oh well. So right here, I'm going to paint the pumpkins with the apple barrel white, and I'm doing that because the orange is so bright. I didn't want to take a chance on it showing through the material that I'm going to use. So I just painted them, the entire pumpkin, and I'll let it fully dry. So there are my pumpkins, and here I just was showing you that the stems, I painted them with the burnt apple barrel, burnt umber, but turns out that I'm not going to even use those stems. I'm going to change my mind because I found some little sticks in the backyard that I'm going to use. And right here I'm just gluing down the creases in the pumpkin where the material kind of like, you know, sticks out on the end, just to even them out. And there they all have been wrapped with the different fabrics, different color, different design, plaid, burlap, stripes, diamonds, and there are the sticks that I picked up out of the backyard, and the natural raffia and green raffia. Both of those you can find them at Dollar Tree, and also the maple leaf are at Dollar Tree. You can pick those up there. And all I'm doing is just sticking the sticks in the pumpkins for my stems, and I'll be using some hot glue to stabilize the stem in the pumpkin. And I'll be using the maple leaves to put on the side with, you know, I use some hot glue. And I'll take the raffia and I'll just make just a plain simple bow and put it around my stem. And I'll hot glue the raffia bow to the stem on top of the leaves. And there they are. And I did add some ribbon, and I added a daisy flower to one. All of that ribbon comes from Dollar Tree. So if you decide to do this project, you can get the material from Dollar Tree, the ribbon, the leaves, or you can get it from Walmart. Aren't they beautiful? Pumpkins, pumpkins. Don't forget, you all, if you like my video, if you like my projects that I've done, please give me a big thumbs up. Share with your family and your friends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be notified of my next and upcoming video. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.